Going live in about a minute, family. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Getting ready to start some trouble on a Tuesday night. Hope everybody out there is doing well, staying safe. Looking forward to a good discussion tonight. Going to make some people mad, but we don't care. And we are on. We say all praises be to the Creator, all power to His people. In the name of Yahshua, the Black Revolutionary Messiah, I greet you, my brothers and sisters, in the spirit of truth and the words of peace. Shalom Aleichem. Giving a special salute to the Black Messiahs. Our motto is stop waiting for a Savior and be one. Stop waiting for a Savior and be one. Welcome to the first live on the Black Messiah Movement YouTube channel. Looking to have some exciting discussions on this channel. Provocative. Some people going to love it. Some people going to hate it. But like Goody Mob said, if you don't like what I say, fly away. If you don't like what I say, fly away. That's what Goody Mob told you. So tonight, getting into the hot topic, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon and that interview with, what was his name? The rabbi. Hold on, family. Noam Marans. Last week, Nick Cannon did a second interview with a rabbi apologizing for his alleged anti-Semitic remarks. But nobody has really pointed out what he said. But anyway, we dealt with that on another video. But anyway, I watched it yesterday, and I really wanted to go on YouTube or Facebook or somewhere and just blast last night. But I said, let me calm down. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me go do some research and come back tonight so I can address the matter more intellectually instead of out of anger. So why was I mad? If you saw the video, you will know why I'm mad. If you're Black, especially if you're a grown Black man. If you're a grown Black man. I could tell in the first minute, the first 30 seconds. Matter of fact, as soon as they put the camera on Nick Cannon, this wasn't going to be a good look. This wasn't going to be a good look. Because the brother, who is almost a billionaire, who has a multi-million dollar company, who has 3-4 television shows, who has podcasts, who has a master's degree, who is at Howard University working on his PhD in theology, educated and rich. But when he got before the rabbi, who I'm pretty sure he has more money than that guy had, probably smarter than him, but he was squirming. Nick Cannon was rocking back and forth. His eyes were all over the place. He was slumped over. That body language was off the charts, family. The body language was not that of a PhD candidate. It was not that of a billionaire, almost a billionaire. It wasn't that of a grown man with children. He got sunned. He got sunned. And in all fairness, let me be fair. I can understand to a degree why he backed down a little. So for those who aren't aware, let me give a little background. The most recent apology is part of Nick Cannon's. He kept saying the word atonement, like we as Black people really owe them an apology. But he had Professor Griff on his Cannon's class, YouTube, which is strictly, I would say 99% watched by Black people. That was his audience. A niche in the conscious community of Black people. That was his audience. So he had Professor Griff. And the conversation that really had people uptight was he said that Black people were the original Jews or the original Hebrew Israelites, which is true. Which is true. Sigmund Freud, in his book, Moses and Monotheism, says that. A lot of scholars, Black, white, and some Jewish, have said that as well. So what was wrong with that statement? What was wrong with that statement? And we can deal with, if anybody wants to challenge me on that, hit me up. I'll pull out the books. You see my library behind me. I need to straighten up my library too, but you see my library behind me. If anybody wants to challenge me on that, I'll be glad to entertain any questions. But other than that, there really hasn't been a concrete reason for the drama, for all the drama. So after that, he had another rabbi on who didn't sun him as bad. They had a conversation. But this last guy he had on, see, once you start apologizing to people, you never stop. You never stop. You become the poster boy for what they term anti-Semitism. And you know that Semite is actually a group of languages, but that's another story. But he looked nervous. He looked scared. And don't get me wrong, go back and watch it. He did try to raise some points. He did try to stand on his square to a degree. But the body language, the rocking back and forth, the slumped shoulders, dude, Come on, son. Come on, son. You got almost $1 billion. That's why I look sideways at these people who say they're going to stand up when they get a couple of $1,000 in the bank. They're going to stand up when they get a better job. Nick Cannon got more money than you're probably going to see in 10 lifetimes, and he can't stand up. What makes you think that when you get your next stimulus check, you're going to be able to stand up? If it ain't in your heart to stand up, money ain't going to change. Nick Cannon has taught us that. Money ain't going to change a thing if it ain't in your heart to stand up. If it ain't in your heart to stand up, money ain't going to take away the fear. If anything, the Nick Cannon controversy has taught us, and I don't even see why it's a controversy, money can't buy you courage. But I digress. But the body language of Nick Cannon, like I was saying, the rapid eye movements, the looking away, the looking up like he wasn't sure what he was saying, the not bringing out scholarship. You're a scholar, Nick. Nick, you are a scholar. As a scholar, you should be able to bring out information and make them deal with the information. Take the heat off of you. Make them deal with the information. See, people don't give sources. A lot of people try to act like they came up with the idea. They didn't get it out of the book, so they can't back it up. Always come with sources of information. A bibliography. Come with at least 3 books. Come with at least 3 books. Anytime you are debating a position, come with at least 3 books. And I got a lot of books I could pull tonight. But if somebody challenges me, I'll come back with 10 books. I'll come back with 10 books. But tonight, I'm going to deal with one book that's readily available. Nick Cannon, if you somehow watch this, get this book, The Crisis of the Negro Intellectual by Harold Cruz. The Crisis of the Negro Intellectual by Harold Cruz. And I'm going to read from the chapter, Negroes and Jews, the Two Nationalisms and Blocked Polarity. Negroes and Jews, the Two Nationalisms and the Blocked Polarity, from the book, The Crisis of the Negro Intellectual. Because there's one of the things that the rabbi kept talking about is the special relationship between Black people and Jewish people. Like they've always been our allies. That ain't true. And just a little research, this book could have blown that whole argument out the water. Let me read some of the excerpts from this book. There is little evidence that the Jewish group was much interested in the Negro's plight for social uplift reasons prior to the age of Booker T. Washington and the NAACP that followed. So you're dealing with the late 1800s and the first decade of the 1900s. There is little evidence that the Jewish group was much interested in the Negro's plight for social uplift reasons prior to the age of Booker T. Washington and the NAACP era that followed. Let me keep reading. Let me keep reading. As regards, and see, they leave slavery out of the argument. They conveniently leave slavery out of the argument. But Harold Cruz says, as regards the slavery issue, American Jews as individuals were no different from other individual American whites. They were pro-slavery, they were anti-slavery, slave owners, slave traders, pro-union, pro-Confederate, war profiteers, army officers, soldiers, spies, statesmen, opportunistic politicians, or indifferent victims of intersectional strife of the Civil War. There were abolitionists like Rabbi David Einhorn of Baltimore, and look this guy up, pro-slavery Confederate statesmen such as the scholarly and brilliant Judah P. Benjamin, the Secretary of State from Louisiana. It was not, however, as Jews, but only as individuals that men have been referred to, that the men who have been referred to espoused the pro-slavery cause. The Jewish community as such took no stand. In several books, including this one, it talks about the relationship between Black people and Jewish people did not become a thing until the trial of Leo Franks. Leo Franks. Leo Frank. He was the first white man convicted on the testimony of a Black man. Research it. Leo Frank. And after that, which was in 1915, he was lynched. In 1915, he was lynched. That's when they began to say, hey, we might need to look at this quote unquote Negro question a little bit more carefully. But as a group, before 1915, that relationship did not exist. Let me hit you with this history. The oldest Jewish fraternal organization in America, and this is where the Anti-Defamation League comes from, the Germanic B'nai B'rith, established in 1843, never involved itself even in the moral crusade of the abolitionists. As a body, American Jewry took no action, either pro or con, on the slavery issue, even while the Christian churches were rent by warring factions over the issue. They took no position, family. They took no position until 1915, and then it was for their own self-interest. It was for their own self-interest. So Nick Cannon, if you are watching it, or anybody who knows Nick Cannon, or anybody who is debating this issue. Read that chapter in the book, The Crisis of the Negro Intellectual by Harold Cruz. It hurt my heart to see a grown black man being son like that in front of the world. In front of the world. Stand on truth, family. You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Stand on truth, family. Don't waver. Don't back down. Don't cower down. Stand on truth. So it's always, believe if the Black Messiah motto, stop waiting for a savior and be one. Shalom.